200 Indian rupee and it cost say 30 US dollar and it cost say 50 pounds or say 50 euros. So in this case, how the exchange rate will be determined is that 200 rupee is equal to $30 is equal to 50 euros. Okay, so from here you can determine the exchange rates of one currency in terms of the other currency. Like you can simply say that $30 is equal to 200 Indian rupee or $1 is equal to 200 upon 30 Indian rupee, right? Or it would come as 6.6, right? Similarly, the value of euro can be determined. Say 50 euros will be equal to 200 Indian rupee, or you can say 1 euro will be equal to 4 rupee. Just remember here, the central commodity remains the gold, and how many units of a currency are required to buy 1 ounce of gold. On the basis of that, we will determine the exchange rate. So it means here the exchange rate was determined on the basis of the gold, and it was decided by the central bank of that country or the government of that country. That's why it is termed as the fixed exchange rate, and under this system the exchange rate used to remain constant. But later on this particular system was collapsed due to various reasons, due to the shortage of gold in the various countries, and also due to the problem of converting the currencies into other currencies. So next came up the flexible exchange rate system or the floating exchange rate system, that we have to do in a detailed manner. Okay, so the second system is the flexible exchange rate system. Under the flexible exchange rate system, price mechanism operates. Price mechanism, remember we have already done in the microeconomics. It is determination of the price according to the forces of demand and supply. And just recall the definition of foreign exchange rate. It is the price of one currency in terms of the other currency. So means here the exchange rate is determined on the basis of demand and supply of the foreign currencies in an economy. Suppose we have to represent it diagrammatically. This will be the demand of the foreign currency, this is the supply of the foreign currency, and where they are equal, it is the exchange rate. In this case, OR is the exchange rate and the equilibrium quantity is OQ. Okay, this is a better system, and you can say it is the most prominent system in the economies. Now all the economies are following the flexible exchange rate system. All the economies have stopped following the fixed exchange rate system. Just see that here two important components are existing, that is demand and supply of the foreign currencies. So now we will just have a look at the sources of demand for the foreign currency. Means why the foreign currency is needed, or when a foreign currency is needed. First of all, foreign currency is needed to import goods and services from the foreign economies. Second, it is required for investment in the foreign countries. अबे भाई मजाक चल रहा है क्या यार ये है?